This video is late, but this is my thoughts on Jeff Jarrett's Global Wrestling Federation and my thoughts on his roster reveal. Gonna give my thoughts on the Global Wrestling Federation. When I first heard about Jeff Jarrett starting a new wrestling promotion, I was mixed. Half of me was excited by the fact that there will be a new wrestling product out there. The other half of me was disappointed, was at the same time disappointed because Jeff Jarrett still had a minority stake in TNA, and I wanted him to return to TNA and I don't know use some of that stake he has to sign some other talent to TNA and try to rework it and try to become try to build TNA to the brand it should have been to try to get it back to what it was when he was running TNA from 2002 to 2006 when TNA, in my opinion, was at its best. When TNA was at its best. All right. So I was mixed, and then of course I tried to watch their Tokyo Dome Wrestle Kingdom show, the New Japan's biggest show of the year, New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest show of the year, but I couldn't watch that show. I heard good things about it from other YouTubers like Virtuoso Sports, but I didn't get to see it. Then of course I heard about Jeff Jarrett's numerous partnerships with New Japan, Ring of Honor, AAA and stuff like that. And okay, it was good. It was good. Then of course, I saw the roster. I saw the roster. Okay, before I get to the roster review, another problem I had with this company was that I felt that when WCW and ECW closed down, lots of talent was left over. Lots of talent was left over in the professional wrestling business as a whole in the early 2000s. What I was considered that was considered when the Monday Night Wars and stuff was over, when business was down, but that was still that era of professional wrestling was still better than the era of professional wrestling today than professional wrestling business today. So I didn't think there'd really be any good talent. There'd really be any really good talent on the pay-per-views. Most people are now doing that MMA stuff. Now a lot of people are getting into professional wrestling. So that right there was a problem I had with the that's a problem I had with the with Jeff Jarrett starting a new promotion instead of just returning to TNA, man. Instead of just returning to TNA. The next problem I have is actually something I heard very recently on TNAWrestlingNews.com yesterday. Actually, was Dixie Carter banning TNA talent from Global Force Wrestling. I don't like the fact that TNA and Global Force Wrestling will be competing with each other. Both of these promotions are insignificant, awesome, but they're insignificant. They're small and insignificant. See, back in the 70s and 80s when you had the territories, those were big-time promotions that everybody watched. AWA, World Class Championship Wrestling, Jim Crockett's Promotions, Mid-South Wrestling, United States Wrestling Association, or Federation. Can't remember which name it was. These were big-time promotions that everyone watched. So of course they could compete with each other, but these promotions right here should be cooperating and trying to unite against the monopoly known as WWE. You have several insignificant promotions and a big major promotion known as the WWE. So I don't like the fact they're trying to raid talent and trying to keep talent under one roof. I want to see wrestlers on both shows and wrestlers against each other. So that part I don't like. That part I don't like. Maybe even a Global Force Wrestling TNA Invasion storyline. But so I don't like the fact they're competing with each other. I don't like the fact they're competing with each other. Now the next problem. Those were the problems I had. Those were the two problems I had with Global Force Wrestling. Then here's when I really became excited for Global Force Wrestling so much that I joined the fan page on Facebook, and that's when I heard that Jeff Jarrett's roster reveal, which had Lance Archer, who I remember as Lance Hoyt, and D.A. Smith, who were a tag team. I keep forgetting what their tag team is called. Um, Drew Galloway's and Drew Galloway, aka Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson from New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Bullet Club. They have them. Chris Masters, Chris Masters, Justin Gabriel, Seiya Sanada, also that remember that Lady Tapa guy, she's signed with the promotion. Chael Sonnen is the fight analyst with JR. I think JR will be the announcer, and Eric Bischoff will be working for the company. So yeah, this company, I like the Old Town. They have partnerships with New Japan, Ring of Honor, so we'll probably see wrestlers like Adam Cole or Young Bucks compete for this organization. That's pretty cool. AJ Styles also probably will compete for this organization, so that part is cool. But but yeah, those are all the good things. And they said their taping will be in July. I don't remember the exact date. I can look it up right here. So yeah, they're taping. So I couldn't find it, but I remember it being on TNAWrestlingNews.com and announced that their first taping will be in July. I also read somewhere they'll try to tape 39 dates, so that'll be good. Well, this was my thoughts on Jeff Jarrett's promotion. All right, dugout.